What's up, everybody? It's We Are Live, and we are back for the second hour of the show. Happy Thursday. It's happiest hour kickoff day. Sophie's 6 o'clock comedy, 4 o'clock special.
Hour at Sophie's.
If you can't see, just threw that out there. Big thanks to St. Louis Counseling Services for working with us here. stlouiscounseling.org is the website. Individuals, businesses, schools, all kinds of different programs to help you and yours in St. Louis with counseling. Also, download the podcast, Mental Health Matters. If you're at comedy tonight, I believe Tom and Debbie will be there. You can say hello, get to know them a little bit better, and see what they're all about. They're great people, and we love working with them. They really are. And they're so great that when I forget to tell Gardner they're doing podcasts, he doesn't throw a computer through a wall, which is his standard response to anything.
Is it me? Do you guys get freaked out by genuinely nice people now? Because the world is so awful. Like the folks at St. Louis Counseling are so incredibly nice that I don't know what to do. Like, I'm awkward around them because I'm just so used to awful people. Mm-hmm. And so when you meet genuinely nice people, like, again, when I was in New York, I met some very genuinely nice people, like actual nice New Yorkers, and it kind of freaked me out. So I don't know what it is. What has the world done to me for me to be freaked out by people who are incredibly polite?
Well, it's because we spend a lot of time on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Psychosis.
It is. It is. Maybe that's okay. Yeah, you just hit the nail on the
You're
head.
creating a new reality for yourself.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Wow.
This is getting weird.
Oh, well, okay.
Huh.
Maybe you don't like your reality, so you've created a new one.
Oh, no.
And everyone else is wrong.
Quit scratching.
Speaking of reality checks,
Oh, no.
we all got one yesterday.
With the results of our latest melee. I really jumped the line there, huh? I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to mess with him here. This is going to be so good.
The melee, please. Is the United States more likely to acquire the country of Greenland or nuke a hurricane in the future? 36% acquire Greenland. 64% nuke a hurricane.
Troubling numbers.
Very disturbing numbers.
Troubling.
But I think accurate. Clearly, we see what Gardner voted for. But nuke a hurricane is at 64%. That makes a ton of sense. It is a likelihood. There's a chance that he, like, I can see where there's a storm heading towards the States, and it be considered one of the biggest storms in history.
Well, there's one coming towards Puerto Rico, but I don't know if he considers that.
Yeah. I can see a situation where it's because he likes the moment. He likes when it's the biggest moment. And I'm envisioning a situation where the biggest hurricane that possibly hits landfall in America, where this particular president strongly sends out 18 B-2 bombers to just drop a payload on a hurricane.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to be careful, too, because then you turn that hurricane into a barricade.
That's how it starts.
Always an issue.
This is how the movie starts. This is how the movie starts. It's what happens is, like, Russia is sending, like, as a olive branch, they're sending
Russian bears.
boat of Russian bears to America to be like, hey, America, let's talk about peace. And then the hurricane happens, and then Trump is like, we got to get those bears to America because I'm a Russian agent. And he goes, I'm going to stop that hurricane with the nuclear explosion.
Right.
And then the bears are caught up in the nuclear explosion with the hurricane. The bears go flying all over the eastern seaboard, and it's up to Kurt Russell and Vin Diesel to bring the bears back and save America.
Okay. There we go.
There it is, everybody.
That's how you thought shower scripts.
I'm sorry. Hey, international screenwriter here, baby. See how I did that?
Everyone's international now, Travis.
Yep. Canada, Twitter, the like.
Everyone.
But speaking of animals,
Oh, boy.
we discovered yesterday an amazing development, especially for a Mizzou alum as myself. Apparently, there's an animal inside the logo from the University of Missouri. Now, I've seen this logo thousands of times. But apparently, according to Dave Matter and his fourth grade child, my fourth grader learned in school today that hidden inside the Mizzou logo is the head of a mule, the state animal, between the M and the U. Am I the last person to know this? And if you look closely, he's correct. There's a mule inside the M and the U.
Could also be a really weird bat.
That was very true.
Even a billiken.
Or a fat girl with her legs spread open.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that's the state animal.
Depends on what part you're in.
But there's a, and I can't unsee it now. There's a mule in the middle of the M and the U. This is brilliant.
And
That's
if
wild.
you just put an L and an E after that M and a U.
Mule. So I didn't know
The
mule was.
Illuminati at work.
So it makes sense. Everything makes sense. The state animal is a jackass. Of course. It's why our governors
Oh, here we go.
are the biggest jackasses we ever get.
All right.
I gotta admit too, I've been trying really hard to find a way to name the scooter in some way after Eric Greitens, and it just hasn't been working.
That's right.
But I'm looking for something still.
Yeah.
And I did what people are doing now these days too, trying to find something more within the logo. Because
Okay.
I mean, Dave's fourth grader.
That's
Was
so
told
cool.
about that. So I'm trying to figure out. I turned it upside down.
Okay.
I don't know what we got here though. Is that a chimney stack?
It's the mule. The U is now the mule's horseshoe. Mule
It's a
shoe.
horseshoe.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to turn it upside down and see if we can find anything within that as well. Maybe that's an alien with its arms spread open.
Could be.
So that's the best I've got right now.
Yeah,
I mean, we all kind of figured that's what you would say.
Yeah, of course. But we're now turning logos upside down all the time now to see what else we see.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of universities, a big get for the University of Michigan this morning.
What happened?
Brand new recruit. They have picked up Sasha Obama.
Sorry. She
The
get
University
kicked out
of
her school?
Michigan is, no, that's Malia. Malia's at Harvard. And Sasha just recently graduated from high school, and she apparently will be attending the University of Michigan. So good for her. The Detroit Free Press reporting this morning that's where she is going to be attending school in
Keeping
the
tabs
fall.
on that?
Oh, well, it's trending literally on Twitter right now. So I
Is
had
that
to-
going in the Twitter museum?
That should. Good for her. What a good school.
You know what it was yesterday? Speaking of Obama, it was an anniversary yesterday.
It was a huge anniversary.
What was
for
the anniversary?
5-year anniversary of the tan
That,
suit.
The tan suit. It's amazing that this moment, which was used to absolutely obliterate this president, is now being used to obliterate this current president, because at the time, this was the largest scandal in the Obama tenure. And this went on for days. Fox News questioned his professionalism, questioned whether or not he was presidential. And now it's used, rightfully so, to call out the hypocrisy of the right and folks who thought that a person wasn't presidential because he changed the color of his suit. Boy, oh boy, what we would give for that to be the only controversy coming out of a White House. And it's a great suit. That's the thing that's annoying. That was annoying at the time. That's a great looking suit. That's a good suit.
I used to have a tan suit.
That is a good suit. I don't understand. Like at the time, people were just, they needed something to be mad at Obama about.
Actually, I still have a tan suit, but I can't wear it.
I thought it was dope. He wore it at the appropriate season. So it wasn't like it was out of season. But that was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. What we would give to go back 5 years.
If I could turn back time.
I am the chosen one.
No.
Sweet Jesus. But there are moments where you do just have to stop and ask, how?
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, like in 2016, like things aren't on the up and up, but they weren't totally horrible to the point where you go, that guy that has no experience, that has bankrupted several companies, has 17 women accused him of sexual harassment. We weren't that desperate as a country, right?
I mean,
we weren't at that point as a country where we were like, oh man, this is so awful right now. We need someone like him.
That's enough.
That's the only thing that frustrates me every day is that we didn't need him. Like that wasn't like, I get your misgivings for Hillary. I completely understand that. At the end of the day, though, you still want an adult in the room, and even if that adult is Hillary, you still know, the trains are going to run on time.
And believe it or not,
Those
coyotes.
trains may run over a
Unless
few
that-
witnesses from
I was
time to
gonna
time,
say, unless that
but they will
train-
run on time. Yeah, you will
are
not.
going
Yeah.
conspiracy.
No,
theory.
they may run over a few people from time to time, but the trains will still run on time. We
you're
won't have to
going
worry
full
about a trade
conspiracy
war with
theory.
China. We wouldn't have to be worrying about palling around with dictators. We at least knew that. We did not expect.
I like this conspiracy theory.
You have definitely. I have listened, my friend. But I
Gotta
don't
pick the right ones. Don't hop on the
like generally.
hop on the train of the wrong ones.
Like usually when you bring in the wild card, it's because like the school.
Is that the name of their hitman?
I think if you're going to bring in like, man, we need to shake it up. Teams do that a lot. You're like, man, we've had this type of culture for a long. Joe Madden. Joe Madden's a perfect example.
No, AJ Przinsky gets signed to a 10-day deal.
That's essentially what it is. But it feels like the Cubs were like, look, we need to change the culture. Like we've had, these so-called traditional managers, and it hasn't gotten us anything. And at this point, what do we have to lose? Let's bring in a guy. And mind you, Joe Madden obviously had a very strong record coming out of Tampa. But the Cubs were like, we need somebody to shake some shit up. And Joe Madden did. And now there's a culture of winning in Chicago.
I'm the one that was being a jerk.
So, and we know how we feel about Joe Madden here in St. Louis. But the point is, at the end of the day, they needed somebody to come in to shake shit up because shit's been terrible. We weren't the Cubs in America. We were maybe the Padres. You're like, shit's not great, but the weather's nice.
Oh, it's very nice.
Not very nice weather. There are things to do. The food is good. We kind of reacted like we were Tampa, Florida, and we were actually San Diego. We overreacted. This was an overcorrection. Like
happens a lot.
I get people saying, all right, let's pull back some of these government controls. I get that aspect. But then you were just like,
I hear that.
no, I want everything taken back. And I'm like, wait a minute. That wasn't necessary.
And now the government will be in charge soon.
But you guys set the table. But I will say I am appreciative of. Now I can make a legitimate argument for you eliminating student loan debt. I will say this president has opened that door. Because if you're going to spend trillions of dollars on tax cuts for people who already bring in close to $100 million a year,
And maybe again to do so.
and he's strongly considerate,
As a
I can now,
stimulus.
as an incredible, like in a very far left, progressive way, say, well, shit, if you got the money for that, you got money for student loans. Thank you very much for opening that door. And I appreciate it. Because now, even if you're a conservative, you can't turn around and go, how do we pay for it? You can't even use that anymore. You lost that argument. You don't even get to go, I don't know where we're going to get the money from. Oh, we got it.
You guys wonder why we do chicken sandwich reviews. You give him
You
an
got me
inch.
riled up.
You give him an
I saw a jackass in my Mizzou logo,
Yeah, I
and
don't
now
know
I'm
how-
angry.
I don't even know how this really happened.
don't even
I
know
can't
either.
remember.
I don't. Well, yeah. Be careful.
That's racist as hell.
Okay.
We have that. We've got the Great American Race. Gardner, you look like you've got something to share.
I wanted to show a video
Uh-oh.
that I saw on Twitter.com, but that KSDK presented. It's about a crime that occurred here in the city limits of
Oh, yeah?
St. Louis, in South St. Louis, at a tavern, a saloon, a bar called Beerman's.
Where's this at?
It is Dutchtown.
Okay. That's like the
Merrimack.
last
Merrimack and Compton.
Dutchtown and Bevo, where you like, if you're ever looking at like places to buy or rent or something, you're like, oh my God, 1,500 square, fenced in backyard. Look at, oh my God, $750? What the?
I actually had a friend,
Dutchtown. No.
a friend who lived.
That is the exact reaction I have to every time.
look at
But this is nice. This is
Nice architecture too.
Did you see like the chalk outline like in the
Yep.
background of
Yeah.
the picture? Like, wait a minute.
You got
Crime
they
tape?
got like 3-story houses there.
Yeah.
Kind of narrow, but 3 stories. They look majestic.
And then a dude in a karate gi tries to touch you while you make pizza.
I used to house sit over there. A friend,
course you
friend
did.
had a place there about a block from this bar. I've never been in the bar, but I used to go over there and house sit, dog sit for them when they would be out of town. So I'd hang out there from time to time in that neighborhood, and not far from Ted Drew's. But this bar had a holdup the other day, Now, what you need to pay attention to in this security
video.
Yeah, there's surveillance video
Okay.
from the bar.
Okay.
There's a gentleman at the bar. You'll see other patrons that are on the floor as the man wielding a gun is in there trying to get money and take stuff from people. He tries to take a phone from the guy sitting at the bar. You'll see that that gentleman does not give in. But then also pay attention to what that gentleman does as this holdup continues, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to play the video for you here. Here you go. Now, this is the security
Oh my
footage.
God!
Oh, sweet Jesus! What the hell?
Look at
Tries
that.
to take his phone.
That's a huge shotgun.
He says no.
Old man.
And you'll see some
It's not
people.
a shotgun, Travis.
No, it's not.
That's a machine.
Okay, I just saw
It's
the
an
handle. My
automatic.
apologies. I
You'll
just
see
saw
some
it.
people kind of behind the bar.
Wait, he's not even moving. So the guy
Yeah, but
has
wait,
a gun.
watch. Pay attention. Goes to his mouth. What's going on in his mouth?
Cigarette.
Is that a cigarette as a guy points a gun at him?
He's like, I guess this is it. This is it. Then I'm getting a cigarette.
He said, "Don't. You're not taking my phone."
And
He's lighting up
lights
with
up.
a match.
Oh, I like this guy.
With
Who
a
is this
match.
guy? He is a hero. He is a legend. Who is this white man?
Oh. It just sits there watching this guy try to open the cash register, which he can't do. So he has to go get the bartender to come back there and open it for him. But the guy just sits at the bar, lights up, and continues on.
And so there was somebody under the table.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
several
okay.
people.
And he's just like, man, you better get on somewhere.
That.
Did they find the individual responsible for the
Not
robbery?
yet.
face
I
is
think it might be
right there.
multiple people.
I mean, that's an FBI pull, probably, right? Go into it with a machine gun like that?
No, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what kind of
Or
gun
an
that was.
I mean,
So.
that's some
That's-
rapid fire.
That's scary, but I also, that was the first, like, I so relate to that man in the bar.
And he said, F this smoking ban
Yeah. He said, "I'm having
at
one
the
more."
time. If I'm staring at a gun,
It
I'm
looked like-
lighting up.
Will you play that
Thank
one
you.
more time?
Thank you.
That is a more powerful video than I anticipated. Because seriously, it's funny and it's not. On one hand, the guy's like, "Hey man, get the hell out of my face. You ain't
No,
about this."
don't take away.
No, I'm gonna get to that part. I'm saying that.
Stay on the smoking part.
I am. That's what I'm gonna get
we
to.
We are the smokers.
Well, that's what I'm
We
saying.
are the persecuted smoker. This is how we react
And
in situations.
and
like,
that's why I salute
we
that
don't.
man.
We can sit on aisle seats in an airplane.
You should.
Now wait. So I want to know. So is that an AK-47 or what? I mean,
It's
this is
a
a
very
serious.
assault rifle. That's a serious assault rifle. And then he nudges it into the guy's rib.
He said,
He's like,
"You're not taking my phone."
"You're not taking my phone."
So does that mean that that gun's not loaded?
I don't know.
You don't want to find out. Holy cow! Where did you find this video?
This is
KSDK?
KSDK.com.
It looks like an AK-47. I could be wrong.
I don't know guns.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
don't know guns, so I'm not going to guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a serious assault rifle, and the
Got it
way he's
pointed
waving-
right at him.
Yeah, he's pointed right at him. But that's why I
And the
understand
guy
why.
just lights up, says "F this."
Dude, the triangle assassin said, "You know how I know that dude is married?"
He's like, "Look, you know how hard it was for me to get out of the house to begin with."
Our boy South City Tone. It's an old white guy drinking in South City. That is not the weirdest thing he's seen. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've never been in that.
Here's my
place.
question, even to most criminals. So that's an assault rifle. You threaten what looks like at least 3 people.
No mask.
And my question is, even if he were to get to the register, what are we looking at, Chris? 200 tops?
No, you could but a bar like that, if they hadn't made a deposit and you knew, I'm guessing a bar like that, if they had their weeks revenue, and I'm guessing that's a fairly cash heavy bar, no more than $1,000 from a week. Think about that.
Yeah, they're not keeping that
They probably
inside the
deposit
register.
every
They're
day.
depositing it every day, at least.
Maybe 200.
But you're
maybe
not
they keep
keeping
a
that-
$200 bank.
You're going to keep a
Probably
bank in there,
I
but
mean,
you're not.
That's a desperate criminal. Then that's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
But I'm saying is, my question is, now that you've threatened 3 lives, like the $200 to say $500 that you're able to collect probably holds you over maybe a week or 2. But my question is, once you're caught, you're facing at minimum now with the assault charge,
Yeah.
you're looking at 10. So 10
yeah.
years. So a 7 if you have a shitty prosecutor. So my question is,
Well.
7 years. It's kind of hard to find some witnesses these days, right?
Well, and someone maybe helps that along too.
Very true. But you're looking at over $500. That's my only thing. If you're going to go big, go big. If you're going to say, I need money.
Let's not encourage.
No, but I'm saying, and the only reason why I am encouraging because
No, let's
you're too.
educate.
Well, here's
Let's
the thing:
educate.
is you're first of all, you're pussy for putting your
Okay.
gun like
He's still
that
at large.
on people like that, man.
This building's secure, but not that.
But
Let me
so
see if there's an update.
my point is, I have family that works for the post office, and they were just talking about, how vigilant the Solicitor General is when it comes to, potential fraud issues with the post office. And a lot of times the punishment for an employee who works for the post office and they're caught up, they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, especially illegally, they're looking at minimum, most of the time, 5 years.
Right.
So to my response, well, shit, if I'm going to commit a crime, hey, let's make this bad boy worth it. I'm not going to go to jail for 5 years
For all you know, that
for
guy's been to
holding
prison
people's
before,
mail.
he
And I'm
can't
sure he
get a
has.
job, who
And I'm
knows?
sure he has. But my thing is, look, man, if you're going to go for it, let's go for the bank. Go for the big boys.
So you're encouraging
No, I'm
larger
saying-
scale robberies.
I'm saying
What if they're not
leave the
capable of
people
that,
who are
though?
poor as shit already alone.
well, the guy
Leave
can
these-
afford cigarettes.
Hey, those are expensive these days.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a good point.
I mean, you're not going to find a pack of Newports
I think that
under
guy, though, whoever.
$6.
Have we found out who that guy was?
No.
Will we
And
find out?
I
He
wish he
might
was
not
my
want
uncle.
to be.
Oh, because I just want to buy him a drink.
Yeah, but he might. He,
He
might
may
just want to.
make Conor McGregor you. He may
Yeah, that's
like
probably
say,
true.
no, I
Just-
don't want your drink.
I know the type. He
What-
might just want to be left.
What a
alone.
month for bar.
That's
for-
the kind of guy that Conor McGregor bothered.
Yep, for sure.
Just leave him alone.
Good for him. I'm glad he stood up for himself.
Let
I
him
would
be.
probably, I would roll a blunt. I would have said to, hey man, why you doing? How about this?
Man, that was gangster.
I would got like, look, let's roll a blunt. Let's put the gun down. I'll go to the ATM. I'll get you $100. Like, why do this? I was like, put the gun away. We'll forget about this whole thing. Let's smoke something. I'll walk to the ATM with you.
I have a friend who was robbed at gunpoint. Was woken up and robbed at gunpoint in the in a Church's Chicken parking lot in South Carolina.
He fell asleep.
He fell asleep.
Oh, boy.
And he's a very smart guy, but this is one of the not smart things he's done.
Sure.
And when they did it, he goes, "Oh man, really?" They were like, "Give us your phone." He's like, "Oh, my phone and my
Oh.
really? Okay."
How am I going to call the cops?
They tweeted out someone's phone number from his phone, by the way. This is
Oh.
not the smartest set of criminals. But either way, Gardner, great find. KSDK, great video. Bierman's, hope everything's all right. I've never heard of that bar.
But
and
you are a pussy if you're robbing middle class folks. And so you are a pussy.
the
and that's the thing
light
that-
on the black and white, the flash.
The flash is the beauty.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tarantino couldn't figure that out.
But I am sick of you bitch ass coward criminals in St. Louis.
Again, he's at large.
I don't give a shit. But I'm dead ass serious. I'm serious. I'm tired of you pieces of shit.
All right.
Because no, you're not even, of all the things in the world to go after, you continue to go after the most vulnerable. So go to hell. I don't have a place in my
There
mind
is-
for
there
people
is
like
no
that.
hell.
But it's just frustrating. It's because there are, I don't know. If you really like killing so bad, go to the military. Go join the military. Go do something. Like, why are you ruining the lives of people that they're not the ones hurting you? That guy smoking a cigarette ain't the reason why your ass is poor.
Well, I let him live.
Yeah, because he probably realized, man, if I let
This guy won't. He's like, this guy won't even give me his phone.
He's like, "Ah, man, maybe
maybe he's somebody.
Maybe I'll leave this one
Maybe he's
alone.
somebody. Yeah, that's a good point.
Let
He
me go
probably-
on to the other.
that's not a guy you can't mess with. That's almost a guy you can't mess
Yeah.
with. Okay.
He's got nothing to lose apparently because he's
mean,
just gonna sit here.
I
And smoke
I
while
just
do
want to
this.
because that guy in that moment, that's a boss ass reaction.
It-
That's a boss ass reaction.
Stop.
Hey,
cursing.
hey, I'm on Twitter. Don't take my phone.
Yeah.
Now excuse me while I smoke.
And it's not like he couldn't have like tried
And then as
just
the
a
gun,
little harder to get it. Like he was an older man.
but not only that, Chris, the guy still is waving that gun behind the bar, and he's just like
lighting up a cigarette.
the guy just
Was he
didn't miss
too
a
drunk?
beat.
Was he too drunk to understand?
I don't
the
know. Maybe.
Severity
I mean,
of the
that could be
situation?
part of it.
But can we all admit, and we haven't all have had a gun pulled on us, but can we admit, at least in that moment, we understood? We've all been in that moment before. We're just like, man, I don't give a shit what happened right now. I just don't want to be bothered with 5 minutes.
you know that mindset, and that's why you just leave that one alone.
And
move
that's
on.
It
why
also illustrates how quickly
and
it can happen.
I think this alone should lift the smoking ban on the city of St. Louis.
Right?
This is
I
what
don't
you
care
take it
how
to the
many
meeting.
lives you've
Yes.
taken big tobacco.
I think
this
this
guy
alone,
Yeah.
Exhibit A, and this is all I need. I don't need B, C, or D. This alone should lift the smoking ban. Because here's my concern, and I would like to see what follows up here. It's obvious the guy had smoke sitting out there and stuff like that. So maybe people were having a few cigarettes in the bar when you're not supposed to. So now they're going to send the health inspector there or whatever to do checks more often now after seeing this video.
wow.
And if that happens, that's bullshit.
Do you still go to that bar after the dude walked in with whatever machine gun that
Man,
was?
I'm going to
Yeah,
that
bro,
bar.
if it's
Yeah,
my
that's
bar,
spot.
yeah.
That's my spot. If I
Yeah,
live in
it's
that
my
area,
spot,
that's
yeah.
where I'm going.
You guys ever had you been where a gun's been pulled, like right on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of not as obvious in that case.
I mean, that guy, it's as obvious as it gets.
But yes, but not as, that
Yeah,
obvious.
the closest I've ever gotten, I've been in a club parking lot where an actual shootout took place. And to that gentleman's reaction, I actually had something similar. It was on the far side of the parking lot, but it was still a shootout nonetheless. And I remember leaving the bar. I wasn't driving, but I was leaving the bar and getting to the vehicle and going, that's crazy. And just continuing about my night. It was just like, because shootouts, almost when a bar or a club lets out, you're kind of like, as long as I'm just not in the line of fire, it's probably going to happen anyway. And so when I got into the parking lot, I was just like, when they started shooting, I was like, hey, they shooting. Y'all look crazy.
Yeah, there was someone I
Let
was
me
with
get in
that
my
was going to get their gun in the parking lot.
I've
once.
seen
And
that.
I was with them, and
I've seen
there was
that.
another group on the other side, and I said, please don't do this. All I have is my set of keys. This is not going, I'm not in a position to help out, really.
Yeah.
This is going to end bad for me. I feel.
Gunslinger Gardner wasn't around?
Gunslinger Gardner.
Saw a hillbilly pull out a knife.
That was the old Laclede Street Bar and Grill.
Oh, okay.
Campus of SLU.
I saw a hillbilly pull out a pretty big knife one time at like a really crappy like club, and like kind of get a little preachy about said knife in the hand. And I was just like, and I was young enough where I was like, I'm gonna beat this guy's ass if he tries. And he's holding like a knife. And then you think about it now, and you're like, what was going on with that guy? Like, what's the point?
But here's the thing, and here's my big problem, especially with some of the gun crimes, some of the gun violence that has taken place here in St. Louis. Like,
That the governor doesn't care about.
very clearly. But I don't understand. Like, there are terrible people that exist. Like, say, the Klan.
One sits to
terrible.
my left every
Oh,
Monday
yeah,
through
that's
Friday.
very true. But the Klan, for example, like the Klan likes to post up and they like to go to random cities and cause a fuss. How come y'all don't ever, like, go after them? Why are you targeting neighborhoods with children? Like, that's the thing that bothers me more than anything else. You're going to have gun violence. But why are the most vulnerable the ones you choose to prey on?
Because the
Why are you so pussy to not go after the ones that literally threaten your life and existence? So why are you picking on the people that have nothing to do with the current miserable state of your life?
it's
When you have an opportunity, though, if you really feel that violent and you want to get some shit off your chest, you can actually go after the people that
Travis,
have...
That's
It's-
difficult and
it's-
requires effort and bravery.
It's geography. It's that simple.
I would almost be like, hey, if you're gonna do some gun violence, there are some Klan rallies. I will pay for the bus. I will give you gas money.
There's not enough Klan
to go
rallies.
go to a Klan rally and then do your violence there. If you just leave the community alone, I will pay for the gas. I will even pay for your hotel stay.
Right.
And I will send you to where these rallies are taking place around the country if you feel the need to shoot something. That's what I don't understand. Why are
But-
you in a neighborhood of children and schools and churches?
You can answer that question yourself, Travis. It's where they are.
But leave them alone. That's not just.
But you can answer that question.
Yeah.
It's where they are.
You know what? I'm gonna start having. I'll do it the other way. I'll invite the Klan to North City,
There. Now you've.
and I'll say, "Hey,
Now we're cooking with grease.
there we go."
Right.
I'll
Why do
start invite. Hey, Klan, you want to come to Baltimore this weekend? There's free space. It's all you guys. And then all the gang members, if y'all really want to get some target practice, and there you go. I'm just saying in general.
This has gone somewhere.
It's just a suggestion.
It's gone somewhere.
It's gone somewhere. Because it's time
This
for
is
the
taking off
war
like
of
a battle-
wars
battle hawk.
and the great American race. We don't have an open for that one, do we?
No.
Shit.
But actually, I have to see how this thing looks. I might be right. Oh, yep, I'm blocking it. I knew I would be.
Bring it down. Come on down.
Hold on.
Come on,
Let
just
me
bring
let
us
me
a-
get out
In
of
the
the way.
meantime,
here.
I'll tell you about Farmington Fall Fest, Brews, Blues, and Barbecue. That is right. Presented by Karsh
Blues and barbecue.
Family Dental. We're very excited to be part of this. Our friend Carly's going to MC the events. You can come check out all kinds of great live music. Some of your favorites from here in St. Louis, like John Henry, Funky Butt Brass Band, Tungsten Groove, Marquis Knox Band, Noah Earl. All kinds of great, talented performers. Blues, Brews, Barbecues. Friday, September 20th and 21st in Farmington, also known as Murphy's Settlement.
Yeah.
Gardner may be down there sniffing around. There's great food. Oh my goodness, guess what, guys? There's also a 5K on Saturday. You can sign up for that to participate.
White people love running.
They do. That's right. The 5K is Saturday. There's going to be a cornhole tournament. There's a kids zone if you want to bring your kids. This is going to be a good time. Craft brew, great music, unbelievable barbecue. And you know what? You were asking, like, what society of barbecue would endorse something like this? Well, I'll tell you, the St. Louis Barbecue Society will be sanctioning everything, and you can come check out some great food and amazing music, great brews as well. It's farmingtonfallfest.com is the website. You can check out all information on Facebook as well. It's only an hour south of here. Come hang out. We'll most of us will be there, and it'll be a hell of a time. Gardner, you want to do some American Race?
Yeah. This is only the second one we've done this month. And as it currently stands, and this will be the final one for the month.
This will be.
770 for Chris,
I wouldn't
720 for Travis. We go with a credit score rating, basically. Everyone starts at 850. No, not everyone.
Buy a house right now if we wanted to. We should get on this.
Not everyone. Travis starts at 800 because of systematic racism. And
And
so
we'd
this,
have to be careful in the neighborhoods. We were looking at.
so we what we'll have happen here is Chris will present a story, Travis will present a story that makes the others' community, culture not look so good. And then I'll kind of take points or add points away as they present their story. And we'll have a winner for this month at the end of today's segment. So who would like to go first with their story?
I'll defer to Travis.
What was my story?
Yeah,
I forgot.
I knew you would. And that's why I'm not going to tell you.
Hey!
Travis, you are now losing points.
Hey, wait a minute! I have a story!
You've lost 50 points
What?
for not remembering.
What do you want me to
story.
do?
Remember your story.
I can't remember.
It's a video.
It was a video.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna play the video
Okay.
for you. It has
Damn, I
to.
gotta-
It has to do with Popeyes, as I like to say,
Oh.
and the news. Do you remember? Okay, Travis is losing more points
This is great.
for not doing his homework.
I did not.
He's down to 620
I
now.
was too busy getting White Castles this morning. Come on.
Oh, now you're blaming others.
Oh, no.
Down to 600. Ooh,
That was a
this-
Popeyes video, and it was something else.
There you go. It was a news, not the news necessarily. It's maybe an internet-based show called something Daily Blast Live. Daily
Okay.
Blast Live, and they were doing a taste test of the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh, I remember it now. Okay, now it all refreshes my memory. This.
and
Good
you're
luck.
losing 20 more points.
Damn it.
Because it
Good
took
luck.
that long.
Good luck.
Okay, so here's that video.
I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Corey, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
I don't know who that brother is, but he just came through with the dunk of the year. That's some Vince Carter shit. He told his white colleague on live television, "Hey man, your bitch ass don't even be going to the hood. What the hell you doing eating a chicken sandwich?"
Let's watch that
my.
again.
Listen, and this is hilarious.
But
like,
can I talk about how it makes me so annoyed that the woman went into teacher mode and she goes, "Stop it!"
because she knew that shit
Stop
was
it!
funny. I love that. Her
Yeah.
reaction's perfect.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
That's
like,
how you know it was really funny.
and that's how you know he's been waiting to use
got
that.
nothing.
Like, yeah, she's like,
Got absolutely
but
nothing.
you can tell, like, she's also said behind the scenes, "Here go Rob, bitch ass. You know he don't be going nowhere. Ooh, I wish somebody would light his ass up." And sure enough, It was the brother on live TV. One more time, Gardner.
I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
Look at no.
That's amazing.
Rewind just a little
Oh,
bit.
I
You gotta-
can't stand
all
that.
There's the anchor to his right, her jaw just absolutely hits the floor. Let's see if we can kind of get it. Like you could tell, like, ooh, I can't believe you said that. I've been wanting to say that on air. Wait, here he goes. Look at that. There it is. She knew it, and that in itself lets you know, like, everybody in the studio knew how a piece of shit whoever that anchor is to the right of him. Because everybody
Don't make it that. He just
because
made
he-
fun of him for being a preppy dude.
that you know is 100 real because even the anchor was like, shit, he got that ass. Got that ass. Getting his ass, Tyrone.
One more
Getting
time.
his ass.
One more time.
I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
That is, and he knew right there.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
and that look in the camera, he was like, I got that ass.
And even when he said it, he looked down right away like, yep, nailed it.
And I love, he's been sitting on that. And you know what? This is a perfect example of being black in a white space. Because there are moments where you just want to be like, shut your ass up. You don't know anything about the culture. And in that moment, he said, this is it. This is the time to express to the world how frustrating it can be when things about the culture comes up and they always run this Harvard-looking, square-jawed-looking mother out there. And he was like, hey, tastes like a neighborhood you're afraid to go to, huh? And he just absolutely crumbled. What a moment. What a moment in black history.
All right.
I've never seen a black man dunk on another white man on national television like that. What a delightful time. If I am a white male,
I've added 70
America.
points because of that video.
if I'm a white male in America,
Very funny.
you can't let that happen. You can't let that happen. Especially a dorky looking black guy like him. You got dunked on by him? Damn. That is a
I'm
bad
taking
look
away
for the
10
culture.
points because you just made your culture look bad too.
No. Damn it.
Why has he got to have dreads and a gold tooth to
Yeah.
be cool in your
Why
book?
don't
huh?
you just let people be?
That was a great moment for
Twitter Museum?
that's a top 5 moment. Yes, no doubt.
Game changer?
I wouldn't say game
Can we
changer.
say
That's
can we deduct points because Triangle Assassin can't believe Travis didn't go with the Oklahoma news anchor that compared her black co-anchor to the
that
gorilla
happened.
in the zoo.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe deduct points for not picking a more decisive story.
I won't
given the
deduct
lane that we're traveling. in.
Because Travis allowed me to watch that video over and over, so I kind of enjoyed
That
it.
was really enjoyable.
But I deducted quite a few points for you.
Can we
to
do one
not
more time? That video one
remember-
more time.
Does anyone else
Trying
is
to-
that-
it's really fun.
Is that nails on a chalkboard to anyone else how that woman reacted? Did the stop it
Some
thing?
people did mention like, why she got to be like wagging her finger at him? And
I
saying
think she was-
shame and,
I
like-
think
Because
she was-
that's how pretty girls who are never have any whatever. I'm not trying to pick on women. I'm
I feel like
saying
he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
look down right away.
Stop it! That's amazing.
That's funny.
Shame.
No,
That's
and
funny as shit.
I think she did it because it was secondhand embarrassment. I think she felt for her
She knew how
co-anchor.
funny it was,
It was
too.
incredibly funny, and I think she was
Well,
like,
that comment.
"Shit, you just got freaking dunked on."
That comment was directed at her.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a dude.
oh, she wasn't talking about the guy. He wasn't talking
think
about
One
the
more
guy.
the
time.
girl.
One more time.
Well, you have to know who the person is, the name that they're using.
It
Was
said
it like-
Shane. I thought she said. Oh, so the guy's name's not Shane.
I don't know.
I thought he said Shane.
Okay,
Play that one more
maybe I
time.
got
That's
it
fine. I'm
wrong.
always happy to hear this video again.
All right, let's listen closely.
Okay.
I feel like he's feeling the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my
Tori.
God!
Okay, now it's different. I don't hate her as
That's
much now.
amazing.
If that was to her, well then she can react.
Oh,
however
it wasn't
she
to the
wants.
guy.
Tori.
Well, Tori's a dude's name. If you're a wide receiver for
Well,
the
you can
Rams.
tell by the reaction who it was directed towards.
Oh, I thought it was.
Then that's way.
Oh, that
that's
kinda
way
changes the
more-
dynamic
That's
then. I
way
thought it was
more
to the white
team-oriented.
guy.
That's way more team oriented. That I'm not mad at the woman anymore.
It was directed at her.
I thought it was directed at the
Oh.
guy.
Well, it doesn't change it. He still burnt
No,
her.
way funnier if it's at the guy.
Yeah, I thought it was at the guy.
Oh.
Now it's more friendly. And her reaction.
Okay,
is
now I have
such.
to review. Okay, one more. Let's play the video one more time because now I want to try to process like
I
the
feel like he's
burn to
feeling
her.
the Popeyes.
That's seasoning.
Okay, he's into the Popeyes.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God!
Well then, but why would you say? Oh, she was eating it too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, way different. I think it's way different.
I think it's still just as funny.
It is just as funny. You're right. It is. After hearing it again, it is still just as funny.
I mean,
it's pretty
The
funny.
joke was gonna work to whoever it was directed
That was
at.
a
What's
good
it called? The Daily Blast.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So you're gonna end up with 640 for now, Travis.
I'm kind of curious. I'm trying to think of some of the media personalities in St. Louis who would have the balls to
Tori
say
is
something
the
like
woman.
that.
Tori Schulman.
That's so. It's kind of funnier now that I think about it. So who do you think? And I know
I
I'm
think
gonna get.
it's
I don't leave time for Chris, obviously, but
I won't need much.
He's too nice to do it, but I would love to see Rennie not do it on.
Rennie is too nice. Rennie couldn't do it. I know Rennie probably would love to load up and do it, but I'm trying to think. I think they're.
Plus Rennie's in Chesterfield, so.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if there's. If anybody does it, it's on Fox too. If anybody does something like this, it's on somebody on Fox.
I'm trying to think local.
This is
media
something
who
I
would
can
have
see
to do it.
Charlie doing.
Yeah, I mean, but
There are
he
other
can't do
there are
it,
other
though.
black anchors that are also on Fox that I can definitely see doing it. I can
Like
see Kim doing it.
Kim Hudson.
Yeah, I can see Kim doing it.
Yeah.
She's legitimately talented.
I know. That's why I can see Kim slipping that in there. In fact, yeah, I think she's at
Would
the top of my
Anthony
list.
Slaughter do it?
Anthony's too nice.
Okay.
Anthony's
No, but
just,
that would be why it would be good.
It's true. Now, put it this way, I know Anthony. He has the ability to do it. I've seen him do it.
Maybe they could do it in the KMOV sports department and Maurice Drummond do it to Doug Vaughn.
Funny.
With that being said, can we acknowledge? Can we all acknowledge that? I'm sure Maurice has thought about it. Can we at least admit that?
Maybe.
Can we at least admit that he's thought about it? That's all I want. To shake. You don't have to say yes or no. You don't have to even
Gotta
say
remember-
verbally. Just nod.
But how funny it would be because we messed with it when we co-hosted with Doug. Like we were talking about gated communities, and we did 10 minutes on that, and he just played along the whole time. So Doug's pretty quick too.
And then the next morning, Doug comes in. He's like, "Travis, you all right? Driving in this morning, I noticed there were lots of gates."
That was pretty good.
All right, Chris, what do you got for me?
I won't take long. Your former hero on Mount Rushmore of all things black has turned over his, I don't know if you want to call it his black card, his integrity, whatever you want to say. The almighty American dollar wins again. Jason Z, I will no longer call him Jay-Z. Jason Z,
Jason Z.
seen here.
I was like, who is Jason Z? Oh, you son of a bitch.
Pictured with this redheaded tart, Roger Goodell. They've struck up a deal. Jay-Z, the growing out the dreads like you're 23 in 1988 does not
I'm
fool
laughing
me.
and smiling.
They're buddies now.
That's a tough photo to watch.
Yeah, that
That's a
is.
tough
They're
photo
in
to
on
look
it
at.
together. And Jay-Z,
man.
ultimate sellout. I don't care how many jobs or opportunities he may provide. These photos of him and Roger Goodell together
Look at him, Travis.
will forever change a generation.
Oh, he's got his arm behind Jay-Z's back.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's right. Hard knock life, no more. Jay-Z, Roger Goodell, setting your cred back years upon years.
I'm about
I
to
don't
do
care
something
how
I've
many
ne-
people get employed, how many things. To me, it is what it is.
know what?
To you, this is life-changing.
You know what? I'm about to do something that's never been done in this game. I wholeheartedly agree with Chris Dedman. What the hell did you do to our community, man? What the hell were you thinking? Huh? Now I gotta get this bitch-ass credit score because you out here wrapping your arms around one of the most villainous white men in America. How I'm gonna sit up here and do a damn show with all these white people, you out here acting like a damn fool. Don't make no damn sense. I'm up here embarrassing my damn family. Up here can't even go out to a football field anymore because everybody talking about how much they love Jay-Z. Because your ass and sold out your own people just so you can get an extra $50, $60 million because you needed it, right, Jay-Z? You're not worth $1 billion, huh? I guess that wasn't enough. You got the most beautiful woman in the world by your side, got a gorgeous family, got a successful business, but you had to undercut Colin Kaepernick, didn't you? Huh? Take more points away from my ass. I don't deserve these points. You didn't ruin my community. Huh? What's your problem? Take more points, Gardner. That ain't enough. Make no damn sense. Got me out here embarrassing myself in front of all these white people. Know how hard it is to come into this studio and see his smiling white face, his luscious hair? He's even losing weight.
What?
You know how tough that is for me? I used to be the good-looking one.
No.
Now look at me. I have no hair because of you.
Wow.
I used to have dreads like you, Jay-Z, but now because you've done the deal with the devil. How dare you? Gardner, that's not enough. Reduce more points from me.
the lowest score, the biggest deficit ever, 850 to 240. Champion.
Chris Wentz.
Champion.
Well, Travis saw you had no shot at winning and took a shot. Now he feels. Now you feel better. Feel better, sport. Yeah, you feel better.
That'll do it for the
Ow.
show today. Big thanks to Tech Electronics. One more time, join us today.
More points, Gardner. Get it off the screen. I don't even want any more points.
This is a big deal for us, for you, for every. Big thanks to Jack Daniels
Thank
for
you.
being
Oh,
on.
shit.
Oh, we can go negative.
I didn't know my credit score.
I didn't realize
Oh,
this.
boy.
Actually,
Looks like I'll have to be under a park bench by tomorrow.
In partnership with Jack Daniels, we present Happiest Hour, new comedy series tonight. Join us. Drink specials at 4. Schlafly beer also on special, and comedy starts around 6. Join us today. Zach Building, 3224 Locust in Grand Center. We'll be done by 7, 7:30, maybe even 8. Who knows? But come out, hang out, have a good time. Gardner will be there, as well as Travis doing a little guest spot as well. So big thanks to everybody. We'll be back live tomorrow. We've got a very fun show tomorrow. Lisa Guerrero from Inside Edition is going to join us. You know, don't do that. She's going to be a lot of fun to talk to. We've got a lot to speak to her about. We've got Country Wayne in studio, and it's going to be a fun time. We're back live tomorrow at 8 a.m. See you then.
Peace.